Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to this special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It is that time of the week again to count down the top 10 hottest cards of the week. And you'll notice this video in some ways is similar to last week's video. Players are anticipating the start of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty preview season. So overall, the market is sort of sluggish, but there is some increased interest in older cards, which tends to happen when we are between sets. Quickly before we get into the details though, just a fast reminder, if you go to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, you can pre-order Kamigawa Neon Dynasty products there. They also have a whole lot of other things on their website. Remember, if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. Also, when you use that Heroes promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated, so thank you. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Chancellor of the Forge. This is up $1 this week to $4.91. That is a 26% increase. And this is a good time to let you know how we compile our top 10 every week. We look for two major pieces of criteria. The first is a percentage increase in the value of the cards, and secondly, we're looking for a true increase in sales out there. So if you're expecting a card to be in the top 10 and it does not make it, well, it fell short in one or both of those categories. So with that out of the way, let's talk more about Chancellor of the Forge. This sees some Commander playing a few different decks, plus Wizards did confirm that Goblins will be in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I have said in previous videos that I do think 2022 might be the year of the Goblin. They very well could show up in the other three standard sets this year as well. First off, two take place in Dominaria, and of course we know Goblins live there. And when it comes to Streets of New Capenna, it does not feel like Goblins would be out of place in a world run by demon crime bosses. Not to mention there's supplemental products coming out that could have Goblins, things like the Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate set, or the Warhammer 40k Commander decks. Now, I am kind of bearing the lead here. The main reason this week, though, that this is going up in value the way it is, ties into Modern. This can be a 3 or more often a 4 of in the Modern Glimpse deck, and that deck did win a Modern Challenge not too long ago on MTGO. That could have brought some more attention to it in general. Bogardan Phoenix comes in at number 9. It is up $1.08 to $3.89. That is a 38% increase. This is our first reserve list card on the list today, but it is the only one you're going to see that is not from the dark. Now, when it comes to gameplay, it doesn't see much play to speak of. This might be the start of a targeted buyout, something to keep an eye on if nothing else. Number 8 is Nameless Race, up $1.62 to $12. That is a 16% increase. This is another reserve list card, and like the last card, it doesn't see much play to speak of, but this one is from the dark. Over the last few weeks, there have been some cards from that set trending up. Some appeared to be targeted buyouts. Alpha Investments, as well as other content creators, began to talk about the trends they were seeing around the dark, which may have brought some more attention to the cards as well. Number 7 is Flawless Maneuver, up $1.82 to $16.12. That is a 13% increase. Now, this is a very popular Commander card found in many different builds. I have seen this sometimes in Alper Markov builds, and those decks have been popular since Innistrad Crimson Vow and the Vampiric Bloodline Commander deck both pushed vampires recently. Now, if you have been paying attention, you'll know other cards from this cycle have been moving up a lot. Fierce Guardianship, Deflecting Swat, Deadly Rollick. This week, the other two cards are both on our top 10. What brought attention to these last two cards now, though, was a video by Nitpicking Nerds. There they were discussing some Commander cards that they felt were worth being picked up for the price, and the last two cards from this cycle made that list. Number 6, Reign of Daggers, up $3.05 this week to $12.09 for a 34% increase. Now this is another card that does not see much play, but it is not on the reserve list like some of the other cards we've been seeing today. It is, however, very old and yet to be reprinted. These types of cards have been more interesting to collectors recently, as reserve list cards have become more expensive. Number 5 is Martyr's Cry. This goes up $3.40 this week to $24. That is a 17% increase. And again, we have a card here that doesn't see a whole lot of play, but like I said earlier, there's a lot of interesting cards from the dark this week, especially reserve list cards. Number 4, Elvish Reclaimer, up $3.48 to $9.95. That is a 54% increase. There was a lot of discussion around this card recently among pros when it comes to whether it should or shouldn't be run in the modern Jund build. On top of that, it sees a lot of legacy play. It's in Elves, Selesnya, as well as Sultai Depths. It's also in lands, Mono Green Cloudpost, and Abzan Loam. Plus, it is also a very popular commander card. You'll find this in Omnith Locus of Creation and much more there. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty leaks have shown us 2 lands with the channel mechanic. These channel lands could help you fill your graveyard with lands, which is good for Elvish Reclaimer, but ultimately I do think right now it is the Modern Jund deck that's pushing the price the most. Number 3, Exorcist. It is up $4.55 this week to $39.99. That is a 13% increase. And yes, another reserve list card from the Dark on the move. This one does see a tad bit of commander play, however. Ultimately, this does look like a targeted buyout, but it also may play well with a new Kamigawa Neon Dynasty card that was leaked, Junji the Midnight Sky. Number 2, Kusari Gama. This is up $7.96 to $12. That is a 197% increase. This currently sees some commander play in a few different builds, including Zergo Helm Smasher. This is at its best if you can equip it to an indestructible creature. And again, referring back to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty leaks, we have seen 2 legendary creatures that might want this in a commander build around them. Now, as you know, I like to be pretty vague when I talk about leaks. I don't put the pictures up on the screen. There's a lot of players out there that want to wait to see them officially previewed, so I do want to respect that. However, I will tell you the names of the 2 cards I'm thinking of here in case you want to look them up. They are Raisona Asari Commander and Kyodai Soul of Kamigawa. Additionally, we've learned from leaks that it might matter how many of your creatures are equipped, and beyond that, we even saw leaks from the 2 commander decks. In each deck, we saw 2 legendary 2-color creatures. From the information you can take away from that, it does appear that this could be a good upgrade to the Upgrades Unleashed commander deck, assuming it's not reprinted there. And finally, at number 1 is Obscuring Haze. This is up $17.04 to $18.98. And that is an 878% increase if you're doing the math at home. So I alluded to this card earlier. It is in a number of commander builds, including Finn the Fangbearer. Not a card, though, that is amazing in a vacuum, but if you're looking for a fog, this is one of the best fogs in the format. It's the card in the cycle that was the cheapest, and like I mentioned earlier, others have been climbing. But as you can see, this one is making a big jump this week to catch up. And in case you haven't guessed, yes, this is the other card I was talking about that was mentioned in that Nitpicking Nerds video. I do think the attention that came from that is the main reason it jumped up as much as it did this week. It was also mentioned in a recent EDHREC Commander video though too, which could have brought a little more attention to it. And that's going to do it for our top 10 hot cards of the week. Remember to join us this weekend for our regular episode of the Market Watch where we deep dive into everything that happens in the secondary market. Until then, though, hey, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.